Hey guys, glad to have you with us. In just a moment, we're going to put together the things to show you how to make unleavened bread. This Sunday morning, we're going to be sharing the Lord's Supper. And even though we can't meet together, it doesn't mean that your family cannot join in. And we want to take just a moment to show you the simple ingredients and the simple instructions on how you can prepare unleavened bread and you can celebrate with us the Lord's Supper. So, if you're ready, here we go. Hey everybody, and welcome to Cooking with Hallie. Hallie's here tonight to help us, or this afternoon, to help us learn how to make unleavened bread. Coming up this Easter Sunday, this weekend, we're going to be doing the Lord's Supper. And some of you think, well, how are we going to do that? Well, we want to encourage you that as you go out, we want you to get elements. But you say, well, how do we get the unleavened bread? Well, for those of you who want to know, we want to show you right now how you can make your own unleavened bread for the Lord's Supper. So to start off with, we'll tell you what we need to have. And first, you got to have flour. Then you have to have extra virgin olive oil. You need salt, and you need water. That is it. Flour, extra virgin olive oil, salt, water. That's the whole thing. So as we begin this process, I'm going to let Hallie take over and do the mixing and matching, and we'll see how it turns out. By the way, as you're doing this, you need to go ahead and prepare your oven to 250 degrees and let it get up to temperature, because you want it to be hot when you put the bread in there, when you put the dough in. So, all right. So Hallie, if you'll start us off with.
All right, 2 cups of flour. So we're gonna take our 2 cups of flour and we're gonna put our ½ a teaspoon of salt in.
Salt.
And then you have your extra virgin olive oil, and you're gonna put 1/4 of a cup in there. Oil.
And go ahead and begin to mix this. We use a fork, that way you don't get your hands all sticky. You're gonna need it in a few minutes with your hands, but this already gets it started. And then
you have 3/4 cup of water.
3/4 cup of water, if you'll continue to mix there. All right. All right, let me work on that while you get the stuff ready. Just so everyone at home does say, well, Kent didn't do anything. So Kent's doing his part. I am the strong arm here. All right. So we got it mixed. Miss Hallie, if you want to come. As you can see, get that far. We're going to need the fork in just a few minutes. So she will spread out some flour, and then she will take this, lay it out. I'll put this away. You'll need a little flour out on your surface to make sure it don't stick to everything. And then as she is kneading it real good, you want to fold it a lot and really just press all the lumps and things out. If you can sift the flour before you use it, that would be great. But you just want to get that lump of dough there. And when you're ready, if you'll just kind of roll it up. Okay. Now she's got the ball, and you can either use it in a ball or you can roll it out like a log. But next, what you want to do is cut it up. So cut that up. Cut that up. She's still cutting, ladies and gentlemen. She is a professional. Do try this at home. So here we go. So now she's going to take her trusty roller, and she's going to roll out the pieces. You can see she's using more flour to kind of keep it from sticking. You want to set these pieces aside, and you want to roll them as flat as you can, and that's what she's doing now. And just a moment, we'll show you what to do with that. Okay, now that you've got it all rolled out, you want to take a fork and you want to punch holes in it. And that's what this does, is it keeps it from rising. But it also has spiritual significance. And the Bible says that he was pierced for our transgressions, and the bread here is pierced, and it shows us that. Also, Hallie, if you'll grab that pan and show them what we want to do in the oven. When you're heating up your oven, you want to get a flat surface, and you want to lay these on this flat surface in your oven for the purpose of that as they begin to cook, and you're going to cook them for about 4 minutes on each side. So after you cook it for 4 minutes, then you'll get some tongs, flip it over, cook it for 4 minutes, and you will see it will begin to look like a pita bread or something like that. So here we go. Okay, so now that you've got your unleavened bread out of the oven, it should come out, and it's going to look kind of plain. It's going to look like this if you leave it in there. Some people will do it a little longer and give it a brown texture, kind of dark like that, depends on, but it really only needs to stay in there, you know, maybe 4 minutes each side. But it also depends on how thin you roll the dough. So you want to make sure you roll it real thin and you mash it. But when you get done, should have pieces like this. You can see where they're perforated. And when it comes time to break bread, you literally break the bread and share it. So thank you for being with us. I hope this helps you in some way. And I hope that you have a wonderful Easter and enjoy celebrating the Lord's Supper, because it is because of his broken body and the shedding of his blood that we have salvation, and we're so grateful. So guys, have a great Easter. Love you.